Okay, so in this video we are doing order of operations and classifying real numbers. So real numbers start with rational versus irrational. So rational numbers are any numbers that are basically like whole numbers, so like -7, 1, we can do some fractions, okay? Irrational are ones that are like pi, or numbers that may never end, so square root of 2, square root of 3, anytime you see a square root of something, that's going to be an irrational number. Okay, so then we go to integers, which is a part of a rational number, because rational numbers are things like whole numbers or something that can end. So an integer is numbers like -7, -6, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So they're just numbers that aren't fractions. Okay, whole numbers are what you expect. They are whole numbers. This also includes 0 because 0 is a whole number. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this does not include negative numbers because you can't have a negative of a whole. It starts at 0. So if you think of a hole in the ground looks like a big 0. So we're going to start at 0 and go up from there. Okay, natural numbers. These are the ones that are the most natural. So you're going to think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any positive number. This does not include 0. Okay, it has to be anything greater than 0. So order of operations. So we're going to be using different types of integers, whole numbers, natural numbers. We could even throw in some rational numbers, so some fractions, in the order of operations. So order of operations is PEMDAS. So PEMDAS can also stand for Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally, or some other ways that you guys have thought of it. So the P stands for parentheses. Okay, so anything in parentheses like that. E is exponent, so if we have something to like the second power to the third power. M stands for multiplication. D is division. A is addition, and S is subtraction. Okay, so we're going to do a couple examples of this. Remember, you always go in this order from left to right. Okay, always go in this order because it is the order of operations. Okay, so we have our little PEMDAS. So what I do is I go from P, so P is my parentheses. So we have parentheses here, so I'm going to do 2 squared. So 3 times 4 is 12, so I'm going to cross off my P. Okay, then I'm going to look at E, exponents. We got an exponent right here, so 2 squared is the same thing as 2 times 2. Okay, so that is telling me how many there are. So we got 2 squared, so 2 times 2 is going to be 4. We don't have anything to multiply anymore. We don't have any division. So addition, 4 plus 12 is 16. And that's my final answer. Okay, so I'm going to write my little PEMDAS up here again. Okay, so parentheses. So I'm going to do inside my parentheses first. 9 minus 5 is 4. I don't have any more parentheses that I can do inside because that is completely done. So now E is exponents. That squared is telling me there's 2 of them. So 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And then we just have our addition, so 16 plus 6. Which is 22. So that is my answer. Okay, distributive property. You're just basically distributing what is ever in front of or behind your parentheses. So in this case, I am distributing this 2 to both of them. So I'm going to get 2 times x plus that 2 times 1. So 2 times x is just 2x. 2 times 1 is just 2. So we're just distributing that 2 to everything in the parentheses. Okay, so this one, we're still going to follow PEMDAS. Okay, I'm not distributing this 2 because we still are doing order of operations and we're still following PEMDAS. So the first thing is parentheses. So we got our 3 minus 1, which is 2. Okay, next thing is exponents. We have this exponent here, so 2 squared is the same thing as 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then all we have is multiplication left, so 2 times 4 is 8. And that is my answer. Okay, so let's put our PEMDAS out here. Okay, so parentheses. 1 plus 3 is 4. oops, that's got the cubed on it. Exponents, we got that exponent 3 here, so that is going to be 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, so we just replace that with 64. Multiplication, we got multiplication right here, so 3 times 64, which is 192, and we still got that minus 6. We don't have any division, we don't have any addition, so then we just have that subtraction. So 192 minus 6 is 186. So there's my answer.